Good morning, boys and girls. Today, for Reader's Workshop, we're going to be doing a combination of our reading and writing together. Okay, so this is 2 lessons in 1 video, boys and girls. Okay, so what we're going to be working on with our Good Fit books are asking questions while we read. We have talked about this frequently in class, and I know you guys are experts on this. So why do we ask questions when we read? We ask questions so we can learn. We ask questions when we're confused. We ask questions so we can help each other. And we ask questions when we need more information. Okay, remember that when we're asking questions, it's really helping us to understand our text. We don't want to just read to read. We want to read and be thinking about what we're reading. Okay, that is the most important, one of the most important parts about reading. Okay, you're not just reading to read, you want to be thinking and you want to be jotting those questions down while you read. If you look over here, I have questioning. You guys have seen this before actually in our classroom. So questioning, there are thin questions and there are thick questions. Remember, the thin questions are right there in the book. Who, what, when, where, how many. Okay, those are questions that you can easily figure out. When we get into the thick questions, okay, these are the questions that are really making us think, and we're searching and we're diving deeper into our text. So we want to do a little bit more of the thick questions rather than the thin questions. Okay, so some examples are what if, how did, why did that happen? What might happen if, what do you think? And here, what would happen if? So all of these type of questions are thick questions. Okay, remember that when we ask questions while reading, we want to make sure, that thing keeps coming up, make sure we find the answer to them. Okay, so that's also important too. So I'm going to show you here. If you notice, here's questioning. We ask questions before, during, and after reading. Here are some thinking stems or sentence starters that you can use when you write about the questions you had in your book. Okay, I wonder, what if, why, I don't understand, it confused me, when, how could. So you guys can use this to help you generate your questions about your book. So now, today when you're reading your Good Fit book, I want you to use these sentence starters or thinking stems to write in your writer's notebook about your questions you had while reading. Boys and girls, remember that when you're reading, we always in the classroom have used Post-it notes. So if you have Post-it notes, please use them. If not, you could just jot them down on a piece of paper next to you. So remember, when you're reading, if you have Post-it notes, put them in your book when you have a question and write it on your sticky note. And then you keep reading up, and then as you're reading, maybe you found the answer to your question, or maybe you have another question, so you pull out another sticky note, stick it on your book, and write your question. Okay, this should make sense because we do this a lot in the classroom. At the end, you want to pick one sticky note and write about it in your writer's notebook. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing today. So here is an example of how I would write in my writer's notebook about freedom on the menu. When I was reading Freedom on the Menu, at first, I was wondering why Aunt Gertie chose not to follow the rules. I kept reading and found out that Aunt Gertie felt it was unfair for people of different color to be treated differently. I learned that she was trying to stand up for her beliefs and prove a point. Okay, boys and girls, so if you notice, I wrote this in complete sentences. I have periods, I have punctuation, okay? I spelled everything to the best of my ability. This is an example of a writer's notebook for our questioning strategy. Okay, I don't want to see notes. I don't want to see one sentence. If you notice, I have about 3 or 4 sentences here. Okay, so you want to be doing that as well. Okay, so what I want you to do today is just that. You're going to read your Good Fit books for 15 to 20 minutes. As you're reading, you want to be active readers, thinking about your texts and asking questions. Okay, and you want to find those answers to those questions. Once you finish that, like I said, you can use your sticky notes to jot down your questions, and then at the end, choose one question you had and write about it in your writer's notebook. So that will be your reading and writing lesson for today. All right. Have a great day. Bye.